Hi, I'm Phantom, formerly known as Sentinel Akira. You probably saw this video and clicked on it thinking it's another of the numerous videos out there of people complaining about how hard YouTube is in the terms of getting noticed, or how hard it is to consistently upload, or how hard it is to play the algorithm and get noticed or hold a viewer base, but that's not what this video is about at all. This video is about YouTube itself, the people running it, the systems, both automatic and manual, that they have set up, and the massive discrepancy in how they take care of their YouTubers who haven't made it big yet. To start my story, I have to go back to when I first started making YouTube 9 years ago. You see, when I was younger and YouTube was still fresh, I was fascinated by it. I was more than fascinated by it. In fact, I was enthralled by it. I watched YouTubers like Fred and the ASDF movies. I watched Yogscast. I watched early PewDiePie and even like beginning Markiplier. Watching these people play video games and make animations and skits, to Buscus, all these people, they inspired me in a way that nothing else had inspired my pretty young self at the time. Back then, I was like 12 through 15 years old. That was a long time ago. I'm 22 now. I was enthralled enough to the point that it became like my biggest dream to make YouTube videos. And it wasn't a dream like, oh, I want to get famous. You know, I want to be a billionaire and live in a penthouse. I want everybody to know my name. No, I just wanted to make things. I wanted to make content. So, I did. I made my YouTube channel, Sentinel Akira, 8 years ago. And I started off uploading Amnesia custom story videos and playing occasional games. I never was picked by the algorithm. You know, I was lucky if I got 100 views on a video within a month. And I loved making content. It was so much fun. Like, my content wasn't great by any means. I was like a teenager. My quality of work was not high by any stretch of the term, but I spent many years of my young adult life and late kid life working on that channel, and I was proud of it. My work wasn't great, but I was proud of what I had made. Eventually, though, I did have my first break. After about 6 years of fluctuating between 50 and 76 subscribers, I made a short Game Grumps animation on my first generation Apple iPad. It was nothing crazy. It was just short, like, minute and a half animation, barely even colored at all, like 2 frames per fucking slide. But apparently people liked it because that video hit 500,000 views. And that was game changing. After 6 years of never having more than maybe 150 views in a video, 500,000 views was insane, with a massive majority liking the video. My subscriber count only went to 150, but that's double what I had ever had before then. And I was proud of it. It wasn't much to be proud of, but I was proud of it nonetheless. And then I did what most people end up doing after they hit it big. I didn't upload for like 3 months and lost all my momentum. But, you know, it happened, and I'm happy it happened. A couple months later, this was in 2016 at the time, so at the moment, you know, Filthy Frank and Leafy is here, you know, edgy content are the big thing. And if anyone remembers that channel, they probably remember my Dark Souls 3 lore video that I made, where I made a very Leafy is here / Filthy Frank style rant about some of the lore about the character Aldrich in the game. And while this video only got 1,500,000 views, that was when I shot from 150 subscribers to 2,500. That was game changing. That was everything to me. I didn't care that I wasn't making money. Like, I made a little bit of money, but I didn't care that it wasn't a lot. I didn't care about being famous. I was ecstatic that people were enjoying my content. This is what I had on that channel. I had videos that I was happy I made, that I was proud of. I continued to on and off upload videos on that channel for a while, and it was great. Cut to May 2019. May 9th, to be exact. I come home, and I check my emails, and I see this. Now, to provide context, I was in a 3-year-long long-distance relationship. And it was long distance for 3 years, then she moved in with me. She's actually still living with me right now. Very happy relationship. But when she turned 18, and I was 18 at the time, we were teenagers, and we were legal. So you can guess the kind of shenanigans we wanted to get into. And I made a video for her. At the time, really, all we had to talk through was Google+. I know, right? People actually used Google+. Who would have thought? But I made a private video for her. I made a series of private videos, actually, and most of them were me playing games for her, showing her my room, my setup, my pets, all that other stuff. But, you know, me being a horny, dumb teenager, in one of the videos, there was some nudity. Now, the video was private, and after I uploaded it, I had completely forgot that it ever existed. Cut to 2.5 years later, to May 9th of 2019, that video was flagged for review. Now, obviously, there was nudity in the video. No child nudity whatsoever, but nudity is nudity, and it is against the terms of service. Do not post nudity on YouTube, otherwise they will remove your video and give you a strike. Which is exactly what the email I received from YouTube said. It said, "Hi, Sentinel Akira. Our team has reviewed your content, and unfortunately, we think it violates our community guidelines. We've removed the following content from YouTube. Video, 18th birthday, not safe for work." That's what it was called. We know that this might be disappointing, but it's important to us that YouTube is a safe place for all. If content breaks the rules, we remove it. And I completely accept that, actually. I fully understand that the video should have been removed. And it should have been removed. It deserved to be removed. It went against the terms of service. And I'm fully willing to accept the punishment that they give me. Now to the punishment. How this affects your channel. Because it's the first time, this is just a warning. If it happens again, your channel will get a strike, and you won't be able to do things like upload, post, or live stream for 1 week. What to do next? We want to make sure you stay on YouTube, so please make sure you understand YouTube's community guidelines and strikes basics, and review your content with our policies in mind. If after reviewing your content you think we made a mistake, let us know. So they basically told me. And they sent me a second email too that was basically the same thing copy-pasted. That my video was removed. I'm getting a warning, a slap on the wrist, because if you don't know how YouTube's punishment system works, the first time you violate their terms of service, they give you a warning, and then the next 3 times you do it, you get a strike, getting incrementally more severe punishments, ultimately ending in your 3rd strike, which they terminate your channel. So I took their words to heart and thought, okay, yeah, that video shouldn't have been on YouTube. And honestly, I would have removed it if I remembered that it even existed. So I go to my YouTube to do exactly what they said, review my content, make sure I don't have anything else. But I couldn't. My YouTube channel was gone. After around 8 years of uploading on and off, 8 years of passion projects, everything was gone. I went back to my email to try and see, like, you know, maybe I had other videos that I didn't remember that got removed. No, this is the only thing I was emailed about. And in both emails, it tells me that I'm not getting punished. So, obviously, I had questions and was confused and worried. 8.5 years of my passion, of my life, half of my life of content is gone. And I have no explanation. I made a YouTube video asking for help, to which random people told me to give up. I looked on YouTube, looked on blog pages, looked on all these other things to see, like, what can I do? But nobody had been in my position before, as far as I could tell. All the channels are like, oh, how to get your channel back after you get your third strike. How to get your channel back after you get an email saying it's deleted. I never got an email saying it was deleted. To this day, if I couldn't physically check my email, I wouldn't even know it was gone. I'd assume it's still there. I was never told that I was being punished, and I was still punished. I went to Reddit. More people told me to give up. People told me to start over, but it's not that easy. It's not like I had been making YouTube for a couple months and it was taken 8.5 years. It took me 8.5 years to get those 2,500 subscribers. I had so many videos, not just videos, memories saved on that. Playlists gone. My over 1,000 videos that I had liked and regularly went back to see, gone. Every single channel that I had subscribed to, that whole list, gone. And I couldn't get it back. I made an appeal to YouTube, and this is important. I made an appeal to YouTube, and they responded on May 9th, 2019, like minutes later, saying, hello, we have received your account appeal, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Sincerely, the YouTube team. And all I could do was wait. Now, YouTube making mistakes like this is a regular thing. You know, people get banned for nothing. People's channels disappear. People get hacked. But usually, like, you know, the person has a couple million subscribers, a couple 100,000 people watching them, and those people will take to Twitter or take to Reddit and say, YouTube, fix this, and YouTube will. YouTube regularly fixes mistakes that their automatic system makes. And a mistake they did make. Because either they told me that I'm not being punished and then punished me, or they should have told me that I was being punished and then punished me. They made a mistake, one way or another. They are at fault. But I didn't have 1 million subscribers. I didn't have a big active following base that can make a fuss on Twitter and Reddit. No one would listen to me. And YouTube didn't care. I continued to be ignored. Never hearing a word from YouTube, never getting response about my appeal for about a year. Cut to a couple months later. Markiplier and Moist Critical had their channels given strikes because of the whole clip where the bunch of people in suits came out of the bus and beat up a guy. And everyone was outraged about that. Everyone was furious at YouTube for being hypocrites and giving them strikes over something stupid. I made a tweet and put in my 2 cents saying, man, Markiplier and Moist Critical only got strikes and warnings? When YouTube's manually and totally not automatic system flagged a video on my 8-year-old channel that I had never gotten a strike on before, they gave me a warning and then deleted my channel without any prompt. Because I never got more emails. There was never an email telling me my channel was deleted. Team YouTube on Twitter contacted me. They asked if I could provide more information, give them my channel URL, and they'll get back to me. And for the first time since May, I had hope. I had hope that my channel would be given back to me, that people would finally hear me. Team YouTube gave me more questions than answers. They went back and forth. They told me If I remember the term correctly, I'm not going to open it up, but I'll probably have a picture of it on the video. If I remember the wording correctly, they said something along the lines of, we have reviewed it and determined that the original punishment still stands, or something like that. And that doesn't make any sense, because the original punishment, as far as I was told by YouTube themselves, is that I'm getting a warning and not being punished. When I voiced my concerns to the tweet saying, like, what do you mean the original punishment? The original punishment is no punishment. They didn't give me anything. They didn't give me any answers at all. They gave me a middle finger and shoved me away. They gave me the same copy-paste, you broke the terms of service bullshit that they give every single person who's gotten 3 strikes. Except I never did. That put me into another depression. Again, for the second time. I lost my drive to make YouTube videos. Twice now, Team YouTube has fucked me over at this rate. And even though I love making videos and content, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. After another couple months, I finally accepted that I'm not getting that channel back. It was wrongfully taken from me, but I'm just not famous enough to deserve to be helped. I'm not well known enough to deserve to be treated like a content creator. As of Halloween 2020, I finally pushed through the slump and started uploading. And honestly, I've been uploading the most regularly I ever have been. A video every 3 to 5 days is more consistent than anything I've ever done since I started YouTube. And I started to get back into it. It sucks that I don't have my channel. And while all of this is obviously heartbreaking, because chances are it's going to take me another 8.5 years to get back up to 2,500 subscribers, and all of the memories and all of the passion of the latter half of my then 20-year-old life was gone, I still got back into it. I started to forget that YouTube fucked me. Until 5 days ago. On December 21st, at 10 in the morning, I received an email from YouTube. Hello, we received your YouTube complaint and sent it for review. We will get back to you as soon as possible. Sincerely, the YouTube team. A year and a half after I submitted my appeal, they responded. Now, I tried not to get my hopes high. Every time I get my hopes high, every time they dangle my channel in my face, every time they taunt me with it, they break my heart. So I bid my time, gritted my teeth, and expected nothing. And then, 10 p.m., the night before Christmas Eve, December 23rd, 2020, I received an email from YouTube. Hello. Thank you for reaching out with your concerns. Your video was flagged by the community and has been reviewed by our enforcement team. Upon further review, we determined that the content falls short of our policy interpretation, and we have reinstated your video. Any actions taken against your account have also been reversed, so there should be no suspension or other penalty against your account based on the original takedown. We take great care when we enforce our policies, and we try to allow as much content as possible on the site and still ensure that the rules are followed. We ask your diligence in taking the time to post as much information as possible in the title and metadata to help us and your viewers understand the primary purpose of your video. Please see this article for more information about the importance of context here. Sincerely, the YouTube team. I was floored. After 1.5 years of nothing, of being spit on, of being ignored, of being told that there's nothing I can do, of being told that it doesn't matter, that YouTube told me I wasn't being punished and then punished me anyways, after being told that I didn't have enough of a viewer base to be considered important enough to be helped. YouTube finally gave me closure. They finally reinstated my channel. Or so I thought. After getting my hopes up high, after telling me again that my channel is back, after telling me directly that my channel is being given back to me, I went on YouTube, and the channel is still gone. I tried emailing them to see, maybe it takes some time. Maybe it takes a little bit for them to respond and actually do it. Maybe they sent me the email early and in a couple days the channel will come back. But obviously it's a no reply email, so I can't email them. So I took to Twitter, because that's the only place that Team YouTube has ever responded to me on. And I said, I have a quick question, Team YouTube. Yesterday, I got an email from YouTube Appeals saying that my account is unsuspended and reinstated. How long does this usually take for this to go through? I'm only asking because the account is still not there and the email had no information on time. I wanted to know, because now I had YouTube directly telling me that my channel would be given back to me. Team YouTube responds with, thanks for the tag. As per the screenshot shared, it stated that a video will be reinstated. Basically, they wanted to look into it. I sent them my URL. I sent them that over a year ago I made the appeal and it took that long. And I just wanted to make sure that what they specifically told me my channel would be back. It was no longer a subject of debate. I was told by the appeals team that my channel was being given back to me. And you know what they tell me? Our team has reviewed your appeal and decided to keep your account suspended based on our community guidelines and terms of service. That's right. Within 2 days, YouTube themselves told me, here you go, you get your channel back. And then immediately said, never mind. They literally told me it'd be back. That this nightmare of being ignored by the company that I have poured years of my life into, I was finally told that I was going to get closure. And they spit in my face. That's why YouTube is difficult. YouTube's easy once you make it. Once the algorithm picks you, once you're lucky or once you play the system, YouTube's easy. If YouTube makes a mistake, they'll fix it. But if you haven't made it big, if you are one of the majority of the YouTubers out there who doesn't get millions of views each video, YouTube doesn't give a flying fuck about you. They will not help you. They will ignore you, and they will contradict themselves regularly because there are no repercussions. No one's going to be outraged about YouTube dicking over someone that no one watches. This is the longest I've gone since I started uploading again that I haven't uploaded, and it's because of shit like this. Regularly, they taunt me with it. They dangle my channel, my years of work in front of my face. They taunt me with it and then take it away and spit in my face. And they do this regularly. YouTube has a long history of fucking over its base and not giving a shit. Because that's all we are. We are numbers to them. And if we aren't one of their money mules, they aren't going to help. I only hope that in 8.5 years, my channel doesn't get deleted again. It's hard starting over after spending this much time on it. And it's made only harder by the fact that YouTube is literally taunting me with it. If you plan on being a YouTuber, let me give you three sets of advice. 1, enjoy it, because you don't know when they're going to take it from you. 2, pray that you make it big, so that you aren't treated like shit, like I've been. And 3, save everything you make. Back it up somewhere, so you don't end up like me. There is no happy ending to this. The last decade of my life has been taken from me. And I'm not getting it back. Not because I deserve to have it taken away, but because the biggest streaming and video website that I wanted to be a part of doesn't care about me. I'll try and fight through this and upload again, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to have another decade of passion taken from me in 2030. I have only 3 words to say, and I'm going to take my time saying them, because there's almost 2 years of pent-up anger, of pent-up regret and depression behind them. Okay? YouTube? Fuck you.